Yo, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXGamerCast. We're on episode 121 of my gaming show, where once a week I just has to talk about video games. Old video games that I grew up with, new video games that I'm playing today, it doesn't matter. Video games. And today we're going back to the past, back to Nintendo 64 time, where some people don't like it. I still like the N64. I love the N64. It's got a special spot in my heart, and I'm going back. And I had a craving for some Pokemon, and felt like taking some pictures at the same time. So you got Pokemon, you got pictures, you got Pokemon Snap, and that's what we're talking about today. But before we get into the Pokemon Snap talk, let's talk about what I've been up to over the last week or so. As I always encourage you, the viewer, the listener, let me know what you're up to over the last whatever amount of time. What games are you playing right now? Did you clean up in Black Friday? What games did you pick up for Black Friday, and which ones did you dive into? What are you playing right now? Let me know. What movies did you buy? Are people buying movies anymore? I don't really know, but let me know which movies are you watching. And we're getting close. It might be December by the time this one comes out. I don't know, but what's your favorite Christmas movies? Mine, it's up for debate. I have a special love for Jingle All the Way, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just, God, I love that movie. But A Christmas Story is my all-time, a classic favorite. The new one, A Christmas Story, the new one is also very, very good. So hit me up. What's your favorite Christmas movies? And what TV shows are you diving into right now? All right, let's talk. I got a lot of movies to talk about this week. So I was sick, so I had some extra time to watch some movies. My wife got sick. Everyone in the house got sick, so we were able to watch some extra stuff this week. So we kicked it off with Buy Now, The Shopping Conspiracy. This is a documentary on Netflix, and it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. More eye-opening to I've already been pushing this for a long time, but we waste so much as a society, as a world, and this documentary really dives and really opens up and shows you how much we waste as a society, and this just the way that we are now and how easy it is to buy things. We don't really think about where all that crap goes, and this documentary really explores those dark corners of the industry that we aren't really thinking about. So highly recommend to watch this one. Very eye-opening documentary, extremely well made. It's kind of witty. It's got this funny AI kind of robot kind of walking you through everything. Very funny. I enjoyed it very much so. It was a great documentary. I get in documentary phases. Mostly, I really like music documentaries. I think I've probably watched almost all of them at this point, but I like me a good documentary. This is a really good one right here. Check it out. It's very eye-opening, and it's an important discussion that we need to start having a lot more as a people. So highly recommend you check that one out. It's on Netflix. And watch another movie. This one kind of came out of nowhere. Wasn't expecting this, but on Disney, Alien Romulus dropped out of nowhere, and I've gotten into the Alien movies. Last year I watched Alien for the first time. It was awesome. Considering it's from 1979, it still was quite the spectacle to behold. And then I watched Aliens this year as well. That was way better. So much better. It was so good. And then I watched Alien Romulus, which I've heard good things about. I didn't have a lot of hype, but I checked it out, and it was really good. I admit, it's not going to be a movie that sticks with me. I really enjoyed the parts about the movie, they kind of go back, and they go back to parts in Alien and Aliens. They're back on the ship, and I like the callbacks to the older movies. Very, very nice. The Alien itself, it's cool. If you've seen an Alien before, they kind of just go through the same stuff as usual. Fucking one of them fucking hand crawly things gets someone, and then shit hits the fan. The alien shows up, but a good amount of Alien. Well, not really. Not a good amount of Alien. There's probably maybe. I feel like 7 minutes would be pushing it. Be a little generous for how much on-screen time you actually have with the alien. But it's an interesting group of characters. They're very young compared to other Alien movies. It's a very young adult, almost not teenagers, but a younger cast, which is interesting. It was different. I enjoyed the cast. I did really enjoy, now it seems like every movie is going to have some sort of robot or AI character, but they have a robot in this one, and he was good, man. I enjoyed that character. I enjoyed, I saw very early what the theme was going to be with that robot. There was like a decision where it's like, oh, he would sacrifice the lives of a few to save more. So he's willing to sacrifice lives, which was a little bit of a thing in the movie. But yeah, it was an enjoyable Alien movie. It definitely wasn't as good as Alien or Aliens, but really good. I enjoyed it. I'd hit it with like a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was good. And what else did we watch? Oh, we watched another Shudder movie, and that is Speak No Evil. Now, there are two Speak No Evils. There's the one that I watched, which is the original European version of the movie. They've just released an Americanized version with James McAvoy or something, fuck whatever. Anyway, that version wasn't available, so I watched the original, and it was really good. Very dark. Oh man, was it ever dark. The ending of the movie, it's a very dark movie. I don't want to say too much, but definitely worth a watch. It doesn't really matter which version you watch, whatever version would be available to you. I enjoyed the original. It's like half English, half European. It's kind of like these group of people from all over the place. They kind of meet on a cruise, and everyone speaks like different languages, but then they get an invitation, this couple, to come hang out with them. They're like, oh yeah, we remember these people from the cruise. They were pretty cool. And then they go to hang out with them, and it starts to get a little uncomfortable. They start to realize, oh, maybe these people aren't so good, and they have a very, very, very dark secret that they are holding, and it will get unveiled to you throughout this movie. But it was a very cool twist. I liked it, man. I really liked the movie. I really don't have much interest in watching the Americanized version now that I just watched it. But I would be kind of curious to see. I really don't see. I don't know why this one had to be remade to a more Americanized version. I thought the European version was just fine, but whatever. Review-wise, the Americanized version has better reviews, so take that for what it is. I like the acting in this one. The ending, very dark, like I said. Just kind of, you're just like, all right, that's where it went, and that it is what it do. So I really enjoyed this one. A cool ride they take you on where everything's good, but slowly as we're going through, it's getting more and more uneasy, and they're trying to make excuses that, oh no, everything's okay, and then just when you think it's all good, some mistakes were made. My apologies, excuse me. That was a good-ass movie right there. 7.5 out of 10 for Speak No Evil. And that one is on Prime. But that was with my Shudder subscription. So, So if you have Shudder, check out Speak No Evil. Real good. I finished off Arcane Season 1. Very, very enjoyable show. I can't wait to get into Season 2. I will be doing so probably tonight. Get into that. And yeah, what an excellent show. I wish there was going to be more. I'm not done it yet, so I don't know where we're going to go if the show sets up for something else to happen. All I know is that there's only supposed to be these 2 seasons, but I am highly enjoying it so far. And yeah, if you haven't watched Arcane yet, get on that. What are you doing? It's fantastic. So check that one out. Wife and I caught up with the latest Survivor episode. It was good. And yeah, that's everything we've been watching. And now let's talk about what I've been playing. I feel like at this point, it goes without saying, still playing this War of Mine. On to the next scenario. Beat the last one. It was great. Sadly, tragically, the person I was trying to survive with decided that they were going to eliminate themselves on the day that the ceasefire was called. So basically the point of the game is you're just trying to survive until a ceasefire happens, when the war's done and you can move on with your life, basically. And this person decided that, yeah, I'm done here. And minutes later, they're like, yeah, ceasefire, everything's all good, everyone, come on out, it's all good. So that was good. My wife laughed at me for that one. I'm like, no, because I'm sitting there in the corner and I'm just like, no, what happened? She's like, what? I was like, that fucking Katie or whatever killed herself right as we won the game. Like, oh, how tragic is that? So that's good. I'm on to the next scenario. This time I got a kid with me, so the kid's kind of fucking useless, can't build anything, he can't scavenge, you have to put him to sleep every night and defend him and shit. So yeah, cool, fun new challenge. I do not see me stopping playing this game, man, anytime soon. There's 8 more scenarios I can go through, and I really thought I was going to put it down. I was like, all right, maybe I'll move on to something else. I even played a little bit of the Pokemon trading card game on the Game Boy Color. Played a little bit of that, did some matches, it was pretty fun, and then got that little itch, and I went back to this War of Mine, started a new scenario. So it's like, okay, this game is... has it ever got its hooks into me? I'll recommend it yet again. Go check it out. Unbelievable game. Oh, it's so good. What else have I been playing? Quite a lot, actually. Got into Mario Wonder. I don't remember if I mentioned I started playing it last episode or not, but started playing it. I am on the Bowser world. I'm like 1 level away from getting on to Bowser. And I'm undecided. I don't think I'm going to do a review on Mario Wonder. I think I would rather do a versus and do a 3D Mario versus 2D Mario, because I don't really have a lot to say about Mario Wonder other than, like, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I mean, this is my problem with Mario games. They're all kind of the fucking same. It's a 2D Mario game, so if you played one before, it's just like one of the best ones, like probably the best one since like Super Mario World. So it's definitely worth checking out. Me, as not being the biggest Mario fan, it leaves me wanting more. Like, I can't just play a Mario game and be satisfied. I need more. So I started playing God of War Ragnarok. I was like, I need something thicker. I need something heavier on my plate than Mario. It's just, I don't know. Like, I guess that's the thing. Like, it's for those hardcore gamers. Like, I don't know. Mario's just not hardcore enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Some of the levels are hard. I am getting into those special world levels, and they're rather difficult. I need something else, and God of War Ragnarok is that thing. So I got in there, and I'm trying to finish out my year on a big note with some Mario Wonder, a little Ragnarok. So we're gonna have a fun Xyz this year. There's a lot of big games in there going up against each other from different years and generations and shit. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll be doing that at the end of December. But start playing Ragnarok. Had a little recap on the story so far. I don't remember a fucking thing about what's going on apparently, but very cool. I'm right back into the God of War. We're kicking off where the story left off. Atreus is a little older. Yeah, man, it's God of War. I'm having a really good time so far. I'm not like blown away. It is my second time, so it's not like the first God of War 2018 one where it was like, whoa, this is so different than my usual God of War. But yeah, man, it's fucking God of War. It's outstanding so far. Really enjoying it. Got about 6 hours in so far, and yeah, so far so good. Really enjoying that. And what else do we got? I purchased 1000X Resists. I don't know a damn thing about this game, but the lovely people at Kinda Funny, they keep recommending it, especially what's his name? Barrett. Barrett loves this one. He's always putting the shine on this game, so I purchased it. It was like $20. It was slightly on sale, so I picked it up. And I don't know when I'll get to it, but it seems really cool. I don't really know much about it. I think it's more of a storyline game, but apparently a really cool story. So I'll dive into it when I'm craving a story game. But I think that's everything that I've been doing. That's it. So let me know what y'all have been up to, and let's do it, baby. Let's talk about a little Pokemon Snap. Oh, baby, we got some Pokemon Snap. Who thought that taking pictures of Pokemon would be such a brilliant idea and make such a friggin' awesome video game? But here we are, and I really wish I can remember back in the day. I was much too young to remember what the outcry or how people reacted to Pokemon Snap when it first came out or it got announced. Like, oh, what the fuck? Where's my big Pokemon RPG I've been looking for? I don't want to take pictures of Pokemon. Admit it. If you were one of those people, you bought Pokemon Snap anyway, and you secretly love it because it's an awesome game with a very simple concept. This game came out in 1999. That's a long time ago. So, there was not that many Pokemon out at the time. There was, I believe we were still on the original 151. They might have been on Gen 2. Might have been coming around that time. I don't think so. But regardless, you had the original 151 Pokemon. That's my area right there, y'all. That's my area. I still own my original 151 Pokemon cards. I have the original set. So if you want to pay me to buy it off me, I'll gladly sell it to you, but it won't be cheap. Anyway, this game, back in 1999, I didn't get to fully own this game until I bought my own N64 and it was a rough time. 2005-ish, I think I finally got my own N64. And I was actually just recently talking to a coworker about this, how quickly I found out about Nintendo and how everything remains expensive and nothing is cheap when it comes to Nintendo. I bought that console. Well, actually, the console was cheap. I think I got an N64 for $30. And then I went to go buy games. And the games were still full price. I remember paying like $60, $70 for Smash Bros. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, this game is old. Like, why are you still asking for full price? And, the answer is Nintendo. So I learned very quickly that I was out of my market and I had to... I don't remember if I sold that N64 or I just didn't buy very many games because it was just way too expensive. Now I own a moderate collection. I own most of the games that I would want on the N64. There's some missing, but yeah, anyway. I believe Pokemon Snap was one of the games that I bought back then, and I needed it. I played it so much at everyone else's houses. Like, both my uncles had it. I remember playing it just everywhere. Everyone that had an N64 seemed to have this game. It was just really popular. So, I feel like that it probably wasn't received very well when it was first announced, but once we started playing Pokemon Snap, you're like, yo, this shit is legit. It is super freaking fun. So the concept of the game is very, very simple. You pick your levels. You are equipped with a camera. You're playing as some fucking nameless douchebag. I don't know who he is. He's probably fine. They don't even use, there's a camera guy in the anime, like the Pokemon anime, and it's not him. But anyway, you're playing as some guy, and you get put in this fucking machine, and it takes you on a track in these locations, and you just take pictures of Pokemon for research for Professor Oak. And that's as simple as it is, man. You get, I think, 6 or 7 levels, and the whole goal is just to get every picture of every Pokemon. And the more pictures of different Pokemon you get new levels, you get new shit, and you just want to become the master of Pokemon picture taking, trying to get the highest scores. And that was some of my fondest memories back. My sister and I played the shit out of Pokemon Snap, and we were always trying to challenge each other's, best photos. It takes, it'll keep track of all your photos and the best ones, and you put them up against each other. Like, eventually, once you take a second picture of Charmander or something, it's like, yo, you gotta try and defeat your previous best picture of Charmander. And that's where, the addicting, just want to try again and try and get a better picture of this game. It's just so replayable. It is so much fun. It's basically an arcade game. You're just trying to get high scores, have a better run, and improve, and make slight improvements, trying to get higher scores and beat whoever's picture it is. And man, I wish I can go. I wish I had. I mean, maybe it is. I don't remember. I don't know what Pokemon Snap that is. That might be the one that my sister and I played a lot. I doubt it, but I would love to go through the photo album and see some of the ridiculous pictures that we took, because you can get some pretty ridiculous pictures. So in terms of how the game works and how you, I guess, win the game, Professor Oak, you go through the levels and you take as many pictures as you can. You get 60 pictures per roll or whatever, so you use as much as you want. If you run out, then the level just ends. It's not a big deal, but you try to take as many pictures of as many different Pokemon. Now, the big sticking point with this game is that, yes, there was 151 Pokemon available at the time, but there's only 63 different type of Pokemon in Pokemon Snap. So, not even half. You got around 1/3 of the Pokemon available, which is disappointing. It is. It really is. That is your big sticking point with the original Pokemon Snap, is they don't have every Pokemon available. There's only 6 or 7 levels, like I said, and you can get through the game in a few hours. If you're just focused on this task of unlocking all the levels and getting to the final secret level, it doesn't take very long to get through the game, but it's the replayability that just keeps you coming back for more. But yeah, that is definitely a sticking point with this game, is the fact there's a lot of Pokemon missing, man. There's no Blastoise, there's no Venusaur, there's a lot of big Pokemon missing. No Nidoking, you got no Gengar, you got no fucking, man, are those guys out there? There's like, I don't think they have any of the fossil Pokemon, like no Kabuto, no Kabutops, no fucking Omnistar. There's a lot missing, obviously. There's a ton of Pokemon missing, but the ones that are here, they're super fun to take pictures of. And they'll have, like, not every Pokemon, but certain ones will have, like, special things you can do with them. Pikachu, especially. Pikachu is in numerous levels, and Pikachu will be doing a whole bunch of different shit. And you can get them in different poses, and that's how you get more points. So let's break down how you get the most amount of points. So what Professor Oak is grading you on your pictures, three main things. So he's looking for size. How much of the screen is taken up by that Pokemon. The closer, the better. You don't want to get too close, then it'll fuck up your technique. That's another thing they're grading, they're grading you on. Technique is if the Pokemon is in the center of the screen. He will double your points if you have a good centered photo. So that is very, very important. Making sure that Pokemon is in the center of the screen, definitely important. And the other thing he grades you on is the pose. So what the heck is the Pokemon doing? Are they attacking? Are they, like, a bad picture would be the Pokemon's not looking at you. It's not looking, it's maybe it's asleep, something like that. You want it active, you want it, I don't know, doing something, if it's doing a move especially. So he'll give you bonus points, for example, if Pikachu is doing a lightning attack, he will give you bonus points. It's like, oh, he's doing a lightning attack, that's 500 extra points right off the bat. So you're like, oh, fuck yeah. So you're going to be looking for little special things. Like in the first level, there's a surfboard and a Pikachu. And you're like, oh, snap. And you can get that Pikachu to get on the surfboard and he's doing, surfer poses and you'll get extra points for that. So it's super cool. You'll get extra points if there are the same Pokemon in the same frame. So if you take a picture of a Pidgey, there's another Pidgey in the background. Boom, son, you get yourself some extra points. And that's what it's all about, y'all. You're just trying to get the most points for your pictures. And I will take a sidebar here right now let's talk about the controls really quick of this game. Kinda ass. They have the opposite shit going on. Down is up and up is down. Fuck that shit. And as far as I can tell, I could not change it. There was no inverted controls settings, so that was really, really annoying. I immediately was just like, oh, why do games do that? I don't know why. Just have down be down and up be up. Why do you gotta be weird about it? And so that was annoying. The sensitivity felt like it could use some adjusting. Like, again, I wish there was a setting for that. There is no setting, so you're kind of just stuck with how it's not very fast. There is like kind of a quick turn button, so you can do like quick 80-degree turns around. It's fine. It's just the inverted controls is really, really annoying. And when you got active Pokemon flying around, like especially those fucking Zubats and shit, they're flying around, they're really hard to get a picture of, and like the controls are just they're not it. They're pretty loose, they're not the best. So that was something I had to work through while playing through it, is those damn inverted controls. So that was a major annoyance. Outside of that, you're gaining points, and taking enough pictures of different Pokemon, you'll unlock the next level. So and eventually, Oak, as you're going through, like at first, you're just equipped with the camera. Eventually, once you take enough pictures of different Pokemon and get enough points, he'll give you apples. And then you can throw the apples. Well, I don't know if they're actually apples, but they look like apples. They're Pokemon bait. And you can use them to bait the Pokemon. You can get them in different positions. You can use them as basically a bait tool. You can get them to go places, like the Pikachu in the first level. If you throw a trail of apples and you get him to come over to the surfboard, he will interact with the surfboard. And, those pesky Pokemon that won't look at you, fucking throw an apple at their face, they'll turn around, they'll pay attention to you. You're like, yo, what's up? Take a bunch of pictures of them. So you'll get the apple. Apple's useful. It'll be able, I don't know if you can like throw them in the water and shit. Sometimes Pokemon will pop out of the water. And then you get the next item, the Pester Ball. Now, the Pester Ball is what's up. Pester Ball will pester the Pokemon. So it's like this kind of a smoke ball. It'll get certain Pokemon to come out, like in the first level. You will go through and you'll see like this really tall grass, and you see that there's something in there, but it won't come out, not even with the apples. So you throw a bunch of pester balls in there, and then the thing comes out. So the pester ball can unlock like different reactions from Pokemon. Like if you give them bait, you give them something to eat, they're generally going to be happy. They'll sit there and eat it. They might do a backflip. They might celebrate with some cute poses and shit like that. You throw a pester ball at their face, they're all smoky, it probably stinks, and yeah, they're not too happy about it. They'll give you a mean look. They might yell at you. You may knock them out. That it could knock them out. Like they're in the first level, there's a Meowth that is up high, and if you fucking clock him in the face with a pester ball, he'll fall off the cliff, and then he'll be on the ground making a whole bunch of nasty faces at you, and you can take some pictures of him. It's really good. So you get the pester ball, and then you'll unlock, like, you'll get a little thing where you can speed up your cart. So with the cart, it just goes on a set path. You can't control, you can't stop it, eventually you can make it go faster, so you can just kind of rip through levels. If you're like, all right, I'm just looking for this certain spot in the level for this certain Pokemon or whatever, you can just fly right through the levels and get to that. And then you get the Pokemon Flute. The Pokemon Flute, there are certain Pokemon that aren't awake, like the Snorlax. There's a giant Snorlax there, and you'll be taking pictures of it, but Oak is like, he's not awake. You'll get some points, but you're not getting the big points. Then you get the Pokemon Flute, and then you can wake that bitch up. They'll start dancing, and all the Pokemon will react to the Pokemon Flute. There are different songs that you can use with the flute to get different reactions from the Pokemon, but generally they'll dance, and that's great. That's a great pose, super cute. You can get some really fun pictures of the Pokemon doing some fun dances with the Pokemon Flute. And it also does other shit, like I will be breaking down all the levels. We'll do like a power ranking for all the levels, and but there's a level with the Jinxes. You play the Pokemon Flute, and they will do their dance, and it releases the Articuno. So you can take a picture of the Articuno. They do have the 3 legendary birds in the game, which is a good touch, so I'm happy that they have those in there at least. And then eventually Oak will be like, yo, there's like some Pokemon signs out there in the courses, and you have to find these hidden, basically it's rather, what do you call them, environmental things that end up looking like Pokemon. There's like these mountains that look like a Doug Trio, so he wants you to take a picture of it, but you have to find them. Now the Doug Trio is the most obvious one. It's very clear, you can see it. I think it's even in the picture of the level. Like that one's very, very obvious. Some of them are a little bit tricky, like there's the picture of the coughing that you have to get. It's like a smoke that comes out of the volcano. You get the picture of the Kingler, which is like kind of hidden, and you have to angle it right with the rocks to make the Kingler. What else is there? What else is there? Oh, there's like the picture of the Pinsir, where you have to turn on the electricity, and then the fucking picture will come up, and you can take the picture of it. There's the Mewtwo, which is like this like you have to line up these crystals and shit. So once you unlock, you take all 6 of the pictures, which technically those are Pokemon. Like, they're not the interactable Pokemon in the game, but technically, like, hey, Kingler's in the game. You can take a picture of a Kingler. It doesn't get graded or anything, so no, it doesn't really fucking count. They don't have a Kingler. They don't have Krabby. There's a lot of Pokemon missing. So you take the 6 pictures of the secret signs, and then you unlock the final level where you can take a picture of Mew. The little Mew. So, yeah. Before we go into each of the levels, we'll break down the levels and talk about how fun they are. Let's take a little sidebar to the graphics and the sound design. I still think graphically, I played this on the Switch, the N64 little thingy there. I thought it was fine. I didn't yes, it's early 3D games. It's a little bit blocky. It's, the backgrounds are a little bit smoky and shit like that, but the Pokemon look like the Pokemon to me. I can tell what they look like. They're moving around. They're super fucking cute. I don't know what to tell you. There's color. I'm not disgusted by the look of an N64 game. Like, I would take I would take this N64 game over a PS1 game. Some of those PS1 games are dreadful. They look fucking terrible. But this is a fine-looking game. It's Nintendo-y, it's colorful, it's cartoony. It stood the test of time for me anyway. I still think it's pretty alright to look at. And the sound design, oh my god, super nostalgic right here for me. The sound effects, every time Professor Oak says, "Welcome back," I'm just like, oh my god, dude, like, how many times I heard that, the menu music, oh my god, I love the music of this game. Is it the most amazing? No, it's not like anything special. It's just super iconic to me. It's catchy, it's memorable, and it stuck with me. Like, the second I turned it on, I was just like, oh my god, the music, man. I had to turn it up on my Switch. I usually, when I'm playing handheld, I keep it down, so not distract the wife or anything, but I had to turn it up and just get nostalgic with the music and the sound effects. Like, it was good times. It was good times. And, the Pokemon make their Pokemon sounds. Your dude doesn't say anything, and Oak says what he says. It's fine. It's whatever. It does the job. It's not incredible, but I still think it's fine. Looks good and sounds good. Now let's get to the fun stuff. Let's talk about each of the courses. We'll rank them in a letter fashion, S being the highest of ranks, and I don't know, we'll go to F. F is the lowest. We don't go that low anyway. So, all right, let's start with the very first level, the beach. And it is a fantastic intro level to this game. It teaches you what you need to learn, and there's a ton of other little things that it's like teasing you about, like the sleeping Snorlax. You got the Scyther that's in the grass that you can't get to yet. You got the Laprases just being gorgeous out there in the distance, and you're like, how the fuck do I get those things closer? You got the Kangaskhan that won't look at you, and so many more things. So it's a great intro level. The first time you go through there, you're like, oh, I took a lot of pictures, but there was so much more I didn't get to take pictures of. You got the Chansey rolling around playing with the Eevee. You're like, fuck, how do I get it to stop rolling? And eventually you get all the stuff. You got the Pikachu at the beginning with the surfboard. You can get him over there to the surfboard. It's, it's cool. It's not the coolest thing that Pikachu does in Pokemon Snap. There's a lot of cool things that Pikachu be doing in this game, but classic, get him up on the surfboard there. I always liked hitting the duo. I think that's what the hell that thing called, the double-headed bird. You smash that thing with a pester ball at the beginning, it just gets knocked out. And you can, if there is a Pokemon that is knocked out, incapacitated, something on the track, it will stop. You will stop, and you can have a moment and fucking take some pictures or something. So that is great. I love the Laprases in the background. Like, seeing that for the first time, I was just like, whoa, holy shit. And the first time you finally get one that comes up close and you get a really nice picture of it, I don't know this for certain, but I think the way that you get them to come closer is each time you take a picture of them when they pop out, they will get closer the next time they pop out. That's my theory. I don't know that to be 100%, but that's pretty cool. The Meowth in this level is also pretty fun to deal with. He will get into fights with the Pidgeys. Pidgeys will gang up on him and hit him with a gust attack, and he's just like, "Rah, God, what's happening?" He doesn't talk, but still. That you can get bonus points, for taking a picture of a Meowth getting fucked up by Pidgeys, or you get bonus points for Pidgeys fucking up a Meowth. That's badass, man. And you got the Kangaskhan. Eventually, once you can hit it with something, it'll turn around. It's all angry, and it's doing these fucking poses at you, and it's yelling and screaming at you and shit. Really cool. The Chansey and the Eevee. Oh, so fucking cute, man. Chansey is... That thing should be illegal. It's so cute. It's just out of control. And then Eevee with it, like, oh my god, man. Just the cuteness levels. It would have been really cool if somehow they had, I don't know, like stones or something, so you can, I don't know, maybe throw something to activate a stone, like a fire stone, and then Eevee turns into Flareon or Jolteon or Vaporeon or whatever the fuck. That would have been cool. So yeah, there's like very clear missed opportunities here with the game. I don't know if it was under development constraints. I don't know if it was just the N64 couldn't handle more Pokemon than 60 some odd Pokemon. I don't know. But man, I wish they would remake this Pokemon Snap, but add in more levels, get the 151 Pokemon in there, and have it all in HD, 4K, whatever the fuck. Oh my god. Just print money. Just print money with that. I have not played the new Pokemon Snap on Switch. I really want it, but there's always that disconnect that I have with the Pokemon games now. It's like, I have my original 151 and Gen 2. Gen 2 I'm quite familiar with as well, but after that, like, I'm just not very familiar with the Pokemon. I don't get excited when, like, the way that I do when I see I'm playing a Gen 7 Pokemon and a fucking Charmander pops up. I'm like, oh my god, I need to get that. I'm so amped. Like, every time I play a newer generation Pokemon, if I see one of my OGs, I always get them. I'm like, yo, that's my homie right there. Like, yo, Pidgey, my dog, what it do? Like, what's up, man? And I get that guy. So that would be amazing. I would love a full 151 Pokemon Snap remake. That's probably never ever going to happen, but it would be really, really cool. So Beach, overall, I think is a fantastic level. The Scyther fucking hiding it. I always struggle to get a good picture of that Scyther, but the Beach as an opening level, it leaves a lot, to more to explore after your first initial tutorial run through it. It's an A. It's an A. It's a fantastic level. Then we go to Tunnel. Tunnel's all right. You got the Pikachu riding on the Electrode. That is what you can do with this one. I don't remember how I think you have to throw the apples, add an Electrode, get the Pikachu to come over, then you'll hop onto it, and then you can get some really great pictures of Pikachu rolling on an Electrode, so that's great. You can throw apples or pester balls at the Electrodes and they'll explode, doing the self-destruct. You can get lots of great fucking pictures on that. They make a really funny face like they're shitting themselves, so I love getting pictures of that. You got the Electabuzzes in there. They're pretty cool. You can make them, I think you can make them fight each other. They'll definitely be like doing their little electric strike attack, and you have to get them to turn on the generators inside the tunnel, and it'll turn on the power, and you can unlock some more shit later on in that level. Who else is in here? You got the Zapdos. I mean, damn, son. Zapdos, I would say it's the coolest of the three birds, the legendary birds. I remember my dad pulled a Zapdos in a pack, and we lost our fucking minds. It was amazing. Zapdos, so cool. That one, you gotta get the power on, and then they'll fucking hit him with lightning, and then the Zapdos egg will break open. You can take pictures of Zapdos, and then Zapdos will power up the generator or some shit, and then you can get that hidden picture of the pincer or some shit. You got, I think it might, I don't know if it's Ghastly and Haunter, but there's just like this dark ball of energy. You're like, ooh, what's that? And you don't know, like when you're in the level, you're just taking pictures of it, and you're like, it's just question marks. You're like, what the heck? Then you look at the film, and you're like, oh shit, it was a Haunter. Like, oh, that's so key. You got, who else is in there? Oh, the Magnemite at the end. That's pretty cool. Initially, like, you try to take pictures of it, and it'll put up this like barrier, and you can't take pictures of it until you throw apples. Once it's eating, you can take pictures of it, and there's 3 of them. If you get the 3 of them to move close together, they will evolve into the Magneton, which is pretty fucking badass. This level overall is good. I like it. It's not my favorite, but yeah, I enjoy it. It's a solid B. Then we get to Volcano. Oh, baby. I love me some Volcano. Those Charmanders, bro. Those Charmanders are so fucking cute. I remember we would spend a whole roll on these Charmanders. So like, in this level, there's the Moltres egg, and it's blocking the path. So you could just sit there, and beside it is this area of Charmanders. And if you throw apples down in this area, more Charmanders will come out, and you can get like 6 or 7 Charmanders. And if you start throwing apples down, they'll start like bumping into each other. They're fighting with each other. They're yelling at you. It's just the cutest fucking thing ever. All these little Charmanders going char, char, and you're like, oh my god, the cuteness overload is just too much. So the Charmanders are adorable. You get the Magmars. They're fucking vicious. They're like shooting. They shoot everything with fire. They shoot a Charmander with fire, and it turns it into a Charmeleon. Pretty badass. The best picture that I took in the game for the longest time was a picture of 2 Magmars shooting each other with fire and knocking each other out. So yeah, they don't seem to like each other. Magmar's always been such a fucking strange Pokemon. We always called it the butthead Pokemon because it looks like it has an ass on its head. It's, you know what, I did not give Magmar the respect. That's a cool-ass Pokemon, man. He's very strange. He's very unique. I always loved the Electabuzz, Magmar, Scyther combo. I don't know. I think all three of them had like their own special episodes in the anime. I just really liked those Pokemon growing up. I thought they were the coolest, except for Magmar. Scyther and Electabuzz especially key, but I like Magmar now. Magmar's the shit. Obviously, you get the Moltres. That's the easiest of all you gotta do is bump it with an apple, and it falls into the lava, and boom, you get the Moltres. And I don't know how many freaking times I've taken pictures of that Moltres, trying to get that perfect shot where it's spreading its wings and the lava is coming off of it. You just want to get that perfect shot with the lava because it gives you a whole bunch of extra points. But yeah, the Moltres is badass. There's a lot of hidden shit in here. There's a Growlithe. You have to throw, I think it's a Pester Ball into this like lava pit thing, and then a Growlithe will pop out. I couldn't figure out how to get the Arcanine. There's an Arcanine there too. I got them in all three holes. I thought that's how you do it. Anyway, there's an Arcanine there as well. And the fucking Charizard. Oh, baby. Right at the end of the level, you got the Charmeleon just running around this lava pit. You're like, oh shit. So you knock him into the lava pit. Bam. You get the Charizard. So badass. He shoots the fire at you. So many amazing pictures with that Charizard. I absolutely love this level. It's an Essarankaroo. This is one of the best levels in the game. I played this one. There's a toss-up. There's another level that I played a lot, but I feel like Volcano overall, that's my most played level. I love Volcano. Now we go to the river. We got the Bulbasaurs and the Shelders. Oh, the little Shelders floating around. Those are so cute. Just they're super cute. I love those things. The Bulbasaurs, though, at the beginning. Oh, my God. I don't know what the first picture I took of the Bulbasaur in this particular playthrough, it was just too perfect. I took so many great pictures of Bulbasaur, but I was never able to beat my first one. And that's like another of those, constant, I just want to play again because you're just like, I can beat that picture, bro. It's not that good. I can get a better shot. And that just adds to the replayability, like, especially if you're going up against someone. Like, when I had my sister and we'd have that rivalry, like, oh, I got to have better pictures than her. So that definitely drove us to play the game a lot of times over and over again. But back to River. The Bulbasaurs, man. Oh my God, they're so fucking cute. Bulbasaur, so cute. You get the Slowpoke. You can get, if you throw the apples, he'll go over to the special area. He'll dip his tail into the water, catching a Shelder or whatever the hell grabs him. And then he turns into Slowbro, and you get pictures of Slowbro. That's pretty key. You got the Poliwags at the beginning, the Metapods. They're fun. Oh man, you get a lot of funny pictures of Metapod because they're up in the air, and if you hit them with something, they'll come down, and you could just stop. Like they'll block your path, and you take like a picture 1 inch from their face, and they always have a very interested looking look on their face. I'm kidding. They look like they're the most bored thing ever. And that's cute. That's really cool. There's some secret entrances to some of the levels here. There's one in this level. You'll see like little Porygons kind of hidden, camouflage in the wall. If you hit them with the Pester Ball, they pop out and you can get pictures of the Porygon. And one of them will fall on a switch and it'll open up another secret path to the area, and that's how you unlock like the flute or some shit. I don't remember exactly, but the river is good. The cloister that pops out of the water randomly. Oh, first time that thing popped out probably scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? It's massive and it's spiky and stuff. You got the Psyduck. I always felt like you can get the Golduck, but I don't think you can. I think it's just the Psyduck. And if you hit him with a Pester Ball, he will get very upset and he'll start like jumping all over the place, being rather upset at you. He doesn't like that. Overall, I like the river. It's not my favorite. You can also get another picture of Pikachu here doing Flash or something. He's doing some quick move or something or other, and you can take a picture of him doing that. It's pretty cool. Overall, I like it. It's a B. All the levels are pretty good. So yeah, I like that one. And then we get the cave. Cave is okay. It's kind of tricky to take pictures of Pokemon here. There's a lot of Zubats flying around. And in this level, you're like floating. You're flying. So the thing, it can go into water. It it's an all-terrain vehicle. It can do everything. Fucking fly. It can go into space. It can do everything. So it's really cool. In here, you're floating, and it's all right. You get some fake Bulbasaurs. If you hit them, they turn into Ditto, and you get the Ditto. Really cool Pokemon is the Ditto. Fucking cool-ass Pokemon right there. They're cute. You can get the picture of Pikachu in the balloons. I think you have to save him from a Zubat. There's a Zubat that has a Pikachu taken hostage. You have to hit it with a Pester Ball or an apple or something. He'll drop the Pikachu, and then Pikachu will float down on a bunch of balloons. It's super cute, and you'll get a whole bunch of bonus points for that one, so that's really good. Cave. The cave's the one where you get the Articuno. And, Pikachu will ride the Articuno as well. You can get pictures of that. That's really cool. You have to have the Pokemon Flute to get Articuno, and then the Jinxes will wake up, and they will sing Articuno and break the egg open. You can take pictures of Articuno, and Articuno will appear like a couple of times throughout the level. You get the initial spot, and then at the end of the level, that's where you get the picture of Pikachu riding the Articuno, which is like, damn. So I forgot that happened. When I kind of did that by accident. I wasn't planning on it, and then at the end, I was like, holy shit, that Pikachu's riding Articuno. I gotta take pictures of that. You get the Jigglypuffs. Oh my god. Jigglypuff's so cute, and they're all getting taken hostage by coughing. So they be fucking floating around, and they're very upset. You gotta hit the coughing to save the Jigglypuffs, and if you save them, whichever ones you save at the end of the level, they'll be singing their Jigglypuff song in this little area, and you can take a bunch of great pictures of them, so that's really cool. What else is in this level? You get the Weeping Bell or whatever. You gotta knock it into the water, and then it'll turn into a Victory Bell. Fuck me, it took me that thing was hard to hit. That thing is moving around pretty quickly. Took me quite a few attempts to finally get that Victory Bell and take pictures of it. A little son of a bitch. But again, overall, I think Cave is a good level. It's not my favorite one, but it's still good. I'm gonna hit it with a B. And now we get to the next level that I probably played the second most. I love the music on this level. The music. I might have to play a little bit of the music right now. Right? You know what I'm saying, dog? You're fucking flying down some rapids, you're taking pictures of Squirtle, and it's just, that music is out of control. I fucking love that song. I did just listen to the whole entire thing. It was a delightful time. Absolutely delightful. Such as this level. Like I said, those Squirtles at the beginning, they're swimming in the water. You gotta knock them out of the water with the apples, and you could take some great pictures of the adorable Squirtle. You got the Geodudes, you knock them down, and out pops the Sandshrew. Like, oh my god, they're so cute. Sandshrew. So freaking cute, dude. Oh my god. You got the Sainsslash, like, also cute, but badass at the same time. You get Gravelers, and you can make them do the Graveler dance with the Pokemon Flute. Kind of creepy, but I love it. You get Mankeys that are sitting there being very angry. I love Mankey. Mankey's so cool, so cute at the same time, and you nail him with a Squirtle shell, you unlock another secret level and shit. Dude, this level is ridiculous. It just keeps giving. You get the magical waterfall where you can get the Gyarados. Oh, I got that on my first try. On this particular playthrough, you knock the Magikarp into the waterfall, and out comes the Gyarados. Like, oh, so badass, so fucking cool. Thankfully, they got a Gyarados in there. Like, arguably one of the most iconic, badass Pokemon ever made. I love Gyarados, and bam, you get some Gyarados in there. You get, I don't think Dragonair is in it. Dratini, you can take a picture of Dratini, and if you throw enough Pester Balls into the Whirlpool, out pops a motherfucking Dragonite, dude. Like, Dragonite, oh my god. So you got pictures of Dragonite, and when you're going down the rapids, these Staryus are circling you, and if you take pictures of them, if you take enough pictures of them, there's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them. If you get them, they start circling you. When you get to the whirlpool, they go into it, and bam, out comes the Starmie. You're like, oh my god, like, this is so cool. And what the fuck was always up with that Starmie in the anime? And they always go, yeah. It's like, what the fuck? That doesn't say, it's not saying Staryu, it's just going, yeah. It's like, that never added up to me. Even as a 4-year-old, I was like, that doesn't track. Anyway, I don't know, I'd say Valley arguably has, like, the best Pokemon in its level. I mean, the Gyarados, Dragonite, Squirtle, Sandshrew, Saintslash. Oh yeah, Valley is the one. That's an Essarankaru. If I didn't give a grade 2 cave, it's a B. But Essarankaru for the Valley. I love Valley so much. The music, just, I don't know, it's a fun level. It's like a fun level to go down because you're just going down these rapid waters, and it's just a good ass time. And then they finish it out with the worst level of the game, and that's Rainbow Cloud. That is the secret level that you unlock once you find all 6 of the hidden signs. And the levels lets you go into space to go capture a picture of the mysterious Mew. And once you know, like, what to do with this level, it's whatever. It's one Pokemon. There's not a lot going on with this level. It's a long track, gives you a long time to kind of figure out what to do. And what you have to do is, you got Mew, and he's in this fucking bubble, and you can't take pictures of him while he's in the bubble because he'll just block it. And so what you gotta do is, when Mew comes out, you gotta hit it with the Pester Ball, and when you do it enough times, it'll come out of its bubble, and then you can take pictures of it then when it's chasing its bubble. But to get the good pictures of Mew, you gotta hit it with a Pester Ball while it's outside of its bubble, which is hard. It's a hard shot to make. And then when you do, he will stop, and then he'll do some poses, and that's where you get the money shot. And as of me, I'm pretty well done with the game now. That was the best shot that I took in the game by far. I took a damn near perfect picture of Mew. He's right center, doing the perfect Mew pose, and yeah, I got a shitload of points for that. But the level sucks. Like, there's nothing going on. It's just you and Mew. You take the pictures of Mew and you're done. It's there's nothing going on with that level. So that's a D. Mew is ridiculously cute. I'll keep it out of the F rank just for that, because damn, that Pokemon is cute. But yeah, it was annoying. Like, it took us a while to figure out what the hell to do, but as kids, but once you do, that's it. And like, I don't really bother playing this level over and over again. And that's the game. So once you finish, you've taken pictures of, you've gotten through all the levels, you got that. So all there is left to do is collect all the Pokemon, get pictures of every single Pokemon. Like I said, I couldn't find the Arcanine for some reason, couldn't get him. There's a couple other ones I couldn't get, but regardless, I think I got like 60 of the 63, something like that. So not many left for me to go after, but the best thing they give you is the high score mode. So on each level, they'll have a high score that you're looking to take out, and it's rather challenging. They're very, very high scores, and you got to be on your game, bro, on each level. You got to take very good pictures of, like, every single Pokemon. So you got to be on to break those high scores, but it adds a great replayability, and on top of that, you're just trying to best your best pictures. You want to get even better pictures of every single Pokemon in the game. You can save your favorite pictures. So, for example, if you have an amazing picture of Pikachu, but you know, like, okay, it's not going to beat my other Pikachu, you can just save it, put it in your album, and bam, you got it there forever. So you can go through and take a look at some of the wacky pictures. I put a few in there myself. I got some pictures of, like, Meowth making really funny faces at me. I got a picture of Jigglypuff that I took when she was hostage by coughing, and she made a very unpleasant face that I was like, I need to save this. So you could do that as well. It's an outstanding game, man. Like, for an arcade style game with a Pokemon flavor to it, it's incredibly replayable. I still play this game today. It's still just a game that I'm like, yo, I feel like taking pictures of Pokemon. There's nothing quite else out there like it. Does anyone remember the game called Africa on PS3? I don't even know if that game was ever real or not, but it was just a safari photo taker. You're in the African safari taking pictures, fuck cheetahs and lions and stuff, elephant maybe, I don't know, but I never played it, but I was very interested. I was like, I like taking pictures. Why don't we have more picture taking video games? There's like lots of picture taking in video games, but nothing that's like based around their whole gameplay style, unless it's Pokemon Snap. And one day I'll probably check out the new Pokemon Snap on Switch and see what's up. See if I gauge with it more in a harder way than I do the original. I doubt it. Like that original Pokemon Snap is a special place in my heart. All the amazing memories I had playing it with my sister and my cousins, and I'm still playing it and enjoying it today on my Switch. It's just an awesome game, and I'm surprised it took them so long to make another one. Like, I can't believe we didn't get one on the Wii U with that pad. That was like made for a Pokemon Snap game, and they didn't do it. I'm curious if on Switch, if you hold your Switch and you can move it around and take pictures. I don't know. Again, I haven't played it. My sister said it was awesome, so eventually, if I find it, I'll play it. Hopefully. And so hit me with your memories of Pokemon Snap. What was your favorite levels? I'm a volcano guy. I love volcano, but Valley is right there, and Beach is also a excellent level that I just love playing those 3 levels over and over and over again. There's so much to them, so many different Pokemon to take pictures of. Yes, I wish they had the full 151, but I'm guessing that just wasn't in the cards for the N64 back then. That'd probably be a little bit too much for it, but hell, I love Pokemon Snap, even without all the Pokemon in it, though it would be a lot better with all the Pokemon. We don't have that. That's okay. But hit me with your favorite memories. What's your favorite level? What's the best picture you ever took? I don't remember my all-time best, but the best one that I currently took was a fantastic picture of Mew. So see if you can beat me on that one. But there we go, everybody. That is my retrospective on Pokemon Snap. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. If you haven't played Pokemon Snap, absolutely go play it. If you have a Switch and you got that N64 thing, oh my god, you will have a ton of fun with this game. You can play it for a few hours and beat it. You can just play it level by level, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's a very easy, accessible game, and you may find yourself just, I might just play a level every now and again because it's just so damn fun. It's a great game. I still love it. Still stands the test of time. Still worth your time today, absolutely. So go out there, take some pictures of Pokemon, and enjoy yourself. Just like I hope you enjoyed yourselves listening to this episode. If you want to be even more awesome than you already are, make sure you're reviewing the podcast and sharing it with a few thousand of your friends and enemies, all that great stuff. I upload all of these episodes to the YouTube channel GamerGX Videos. Links are in the description. Great place. Drop a comment over there. You want a question answered live on the podcast about hockey, video games, or wrestling? Would be preferred. I'll try other questions if you want. You might not get the best results, but send in your questions. I would love to answer them live on the podcast, shout you out, all that great stuff. There's an email address. You want to have a private conversation, my door is open for everyone and anyone. And there's a Twitter page where I put up announcements as best as I can, try to let you know what's going on with the podcast and all that shit. In terms of what's going on with the podcast, there might be a wrestling pay-per-view this weekend. I don't remember. There's just so much going on right now. It's craziness. And but if there is, there will be a pay-per-view review for you, along with a wrestling recap and all that great stuff. I don't know 100% what the next GamerCast is going to be. Could be something else. I'm planning on doing a God of War Ragnarok review. I am playing through that now, so hopefully I can get a review for you out sooner rather than later. I'm making my way through the game, very much so enjoying it, and yeah, there will be something else for you. There's a lot of things going on. I mean, we are getting awfully close to the X's, my yearly award show where I go through all of the best of the best of the year, my year, not games that came out in 2024, because I'm not a fucking video game fucking producer, publisher, whatever, working for a video game company and they get all these free video games. I'm a regular ass guy. I got a backlog that I'm always working on, so every year my games range from fucking all sorts of years. So I just put them all together and we will see who comes out the best. Is it a game from the fucking early 2000s or is it a current game that I happen to play? It's a unique award show where everything is in contention, not just games from 2024. So that'll be coming out at the end of December. So be on the lookout for that. And there we go, everybody. So thank you again for listening. And we'll be back with some more GX Plus Cast.